I'm Miriam Joy and welcome to my studio. Today we're working on our solar light ghost, and these are a lot of fun. They're a recycled bottle project and they're fun to do with the kids. All you need is a 2-liter soda. You want a clear one and ribbon. We need our solar light, a thick rubber band. We want some glow in the dark paint and permanent markers, and something to cut your bottle with, whether it's scissors or any item like that. So let's get started. Alright, we're going to start with our empty soda bottle. And we want to get rid of the paper on it. Now I have a double-sided ghost and a single-sided ghost, so if whatever you decide to do is up to you. And once we get that, I'm going to get rid of all the liquid and take the lid off. Should probably made sure he's a little bit drier before I started. So we're going to be doing our ghost this way, and you can use a permanent marker of any kind that you want to. A Sharpie is just fine. I'm going to use an Identipen just because it's a little bit darker. And you can have your little artist. What I thought about doing was going from seam line to seam line and putting this in the back so I get rid of all that. But that is totally up to you, however you decide you want to do it. And we want a little bit wider part. You don't want this part too narrow down here. So we do want to kind of think of that. And I'm going to make him a little bit wider, and we're going to meet right about there at the middle. We're going to give him some eyes, however you want to do his eyes. If you want to do a nose, do a nose. We'll do a little bit of a nose here. And I've got those kind of, let's do his kind of more open, and we'll fill this in. Just however comical, scary, you could make evil eyes, happy eyes, whatever you wanted to do here. Okay, so now that we've got him kind of done, I'm going to poke a hole in here so I can get my scissors in here. And I am just going to trim around my ghost the whole way. I think I'm going to just kind of get rid of the majority of the bottle. Just so it's easier to handle. There we go. I've got several other projects where I've used the bottle, the bottom parts. So make sure you check my recycle videos out. And if anybody needed a pattern, you definitely could use a pattern. Just remember the top of the bottle is going to be the bottom of the ghost. So let me finish cutting them out. We'll put them together. I cut most of my ghost out, and I want to try and get this part as close to the lid. And you want to get all of the kind of sharp parts, because plastic can be a little sharp sometimes, as possible. And you might need to get the wire cutters in here a little bit. Sometimes the kitchen scissors are really good because you can use the tips of them to cut. And just get that nice and clean. So we've got that pretty good. And the next step you'd want to do outside, and that would be to take your glow-in-the-dark paint and spray the inside of this now. A nice even coat till you get him all nice and kind of colored on. And then after that is then we're going to put a little bit of a bow tie on to give him some color. And duct tape comes in all kinds of fun and crazy colors now, and you can even find it in the dollar stores. I picked mine up from Dollar Tree. So let's see if I can cut a bow tie without it being too sticky, because you want to leave the sticky so it'll stick on. So that can be kind of hard sometimes. And we kind of want that circle part in the middle. You don't want to take that away too much. And I'm going to try something here. I'm going to put this back on the plastic of the bottle. See if that makes it easier to cut. And then hopefully we'll be able to pull that off a lot easier, because it's so sticky. All right. So that's much better. So I'm going to make a little circle part and then back through to the tips. Little circle part in the middle and back through the corner. So we have our little bow tie, and you can even that out a little bit better, or if you even want to draw a pattern on, you can. And I left that one tip of that end off a little bit so it's a little bit easier. And we're going to put our bow tie on, and that gives him some much needed color. Then we're going to slip him into our solar light, and I'm going to take the bottom part off that you poke it into the ground with. And the first thing I'm going to do to put him on is I'm using a big fat rubber band. And if you wanted to use like some big string or something like that, like a jute string that's nice and coarse, you could do that too. I've even done a washer that you fit into the hose, works really well, but that's going to keep that in place. So all we got to do now is tie our bow, and you could even use raffia. I found some really cool spider web. This is a glow-in-the-dark one. I got it on clearance after Halloween last year, which I thought was fun. But because of this orange tie, I'm going to stick with orange. And we want to tie this up around the part where the rubber band and everything is showing. And I always use ribbon with wire in it so that you can fluff it next year. And so we'll play with that back and forth here. And wouldn't it be fun to do a whole driveway with these for Halloween? Put them all the way down the driveway. So I'm going to go ahead and play with him in just a little bit, get him a little bit tighter. You could put spiders on the bow or anything you wanted to like that. Just put your piece back on and stick him in your ground, and he is ready to go. This is my double-sided ghost where I divided it in half and put a ghost on each side, and it's kind of neat because it kind of looks like they're dancing, so that's a lot of fun as well. But that is our recyclable solar light ghost, which is going to glow in the dark as well. So make sure you check out all of our other recyclable videos, And we're also going to be using a pool noodle to make pumpkins this year. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube page so we can continue to bring you more of these fun videos. Thank you. God bless.